a bedroom in Nashville, Tennessee, and not a cool bedroom, just a regular bedroom, you're listening to With Ben Becker.
For the intro, I want like a dun 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 dun.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now with Ben Becker.
Hello, welcome. You are with Ben Becker. That's me. I've made like from 4 to 6 podcasts at this point, saying they would be my first episode, and I've just deleted them from my brain. I haven't deleted the files, but I've just said, you know what? No, I can do better. And I don't even know why, because they're good. It's literally self-destruction. And so, our first episode, the episode that I labeled, like, do this, you idiot, like 1 episode or something like that. I don't have a choice. If this is stupid, it's going up. If it's funny, it's going up. If it literally is me silent because I can't think of anything to say, it's going up. Not because I don't want to, have the perfect start, but because I want to get that out of my brain right now. Just get rid of it. I've never stepped so far out of my comfort zone. I thought it was going to be super easy. I thought it was going to be jumping right into something where I just get to be more myself, and that's literally exactly what I did, and it's terrifying. Like, you get to censor yourself in some ways. You get to edit out those stupid parts of you that you don't want people to see. You can't do that with this, and that's, I think, what I realized on the first couple, was that I didn't like having to hear myself all the way through without being able to take out the stupid things I say. But, like, sitting back on it, I had to just think and be like, usually it's the stupid things I say that, like, my friends laugh at. Like, I do them on purpose. It's just when I have to hear it without the laughter after it and just silence, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to just, like, being alone in this sense, which is a great sense of drive to get my friends on here and, like, people I look up to, people I respect. And that way I'm not alone, you know what I mean? But this being with Ben Becker, I wanted to start out just with Ben Becker because I tried doing, at the beginning when Donda and Certified Lover Boy had come out, I had done a full breakdown of, like, each of their top 5 songs, broke down their fan bases, how it completely differentiated, like, their entire career. I was like, why are these people even fighting over this? Because these are 2 different albums. It was good, but it was just like, oh no, it's too late to post something like that, and oh no, you kind of shit on Drake on that part. Like, I'm being held like a large introspective mirror right to my face these past couple weeks, because this was supposed to be started in September, like the end of September. Me and my buddy Jake were just talking about, like, what we wanted to do and like with my brand and all this stuff, and I was like, I want people to understand me more. I do this stupid meta stuff, and I make fun of social media, and I make fun of all these things, and I think people think that I am actually this try-hard, like, social media. I try to do this, like, middle ground of just straight to your face, I'm saying what I'm doing. If I'm advertising, the joke of the thing is that I'm advertising, rather than, like, tricking people with fake videos about all these things. Like, sometimes it's fun. I'll do every once in a while. I just, like, try to do this, like, weird meta comedy, and I started to realize it feels like people think that's just me all the time, which, like, you're never going to be around me where I'm not making a joke. I love laughing. Like, I love making people laugh. It's probably, like, the best feeling that you can feel, in my opinion. But with that comes, like, this mirror when this starts of not, like, it's not like I like every joke that comes out of my mouth. I hate how, like, 90% of them, yeah, it's just human nature, right? So when it's silent and I'm just forced to sit there, you know what I mean? And look at myself, it's really making me see how self-conscious I am about being unedited. And that's why I wanted to just sit down and force it. I just started the Instagram page. I think I need to figure out like a new Google account or something to make the YouTube page, but today's goal is to have this uploaded by the end of the evening. Um, yeah, no turning back. No, like, not a bunch of hard cuts. Like, there's parts that obviously always need to come out in certain things if there's just silence or technical difficulty, but I'm not going to take out sections that I don't like what I said, because I don't like what I say half the time when I'm having conversations with people, and it forces me to think more. Um, when you're just having a really deep conversation with someone, you can either choose to just pick at them on the devil's advocate side and just always defend your argument. Um, whoa. Or you can always, like, look back and be like, okay, well, maybe I can look at it this way, how you are. Oh, now I see it differently. I'm trying to experience that with this. I want to, like, like a year from now, I want to have no sense of feeling like I'm not exactly who I am on social media that I am in person. And I think I'm close. Like, I've really tried for a long time to do that. But I quiet down a lot on, like, a lot of opinionated stuff and just kind of do the cookie cutter stuff that everyone does on social media. So, like, I mean more along the lines of, like, I want you guys to know me. I want, you know what I mean? Like, the 3 people or whatever who might be watching this first episode, right? Like, I want you guys to feel like you understand not only who I'm trying to be, but also who I have been. Like, I think another big thing about being this open is, like, I get to not only just express, stupid opinions and jokes and, like, all that stuff. I get to, like, air out my past. You know what I mean? I've always tried to figure out a way to be able to, like, not be an example, because I hate that, but, like, speak about the things that I've learned through the stupid things I've done, right? Um, and so, like, to just be able to be completely me and not worry about anything else on a completely separate social media, but still heavily connected to my others, I feel like it's just gonna be very freeing in a lot of ways. I want to just be done with this whole, like, oh yeah, I need to do this so that people don't think this, and I need to, like, we as a society have to get out of that. You know what I mean? So for me, realizing that it's something that I've been doing for a while now, especially my time in Nashville, going from, like, having just a normal Instagram account and YouTube things where I just posted me singing or did some little, like, made like funny YouTube videos with my friends. It turned into this, like, oh, I have to look like a professional. I have to do all these things because I was independent, and I thought, like, if I didn't look like everyone else, that was bad. But just do you. Like, stupid. It's so dumb. Like, the moment you get into something like Cutthroat or, like, high intensity, a lot of people in it, you know what I mean? Just everybody's moving, too many moving parts to pay attention to them all. It's just overwhelming, and you start comparing yourself, you know what I mean? So I think with that, like, over the first couple years on social media, I shifted and changed it a lot of things about who I was on social media. I used to love photography, and just I have an old Instagram account that was like a 3-year theme, and I still look back at it every once in a while, like, I just stopped this, you know what I mean? So someday maybe I'll, like, start up on that again, because, like, I used to love photography. I used to love everything, on the side. I was terrible with, like, film and stuff like that. It was all digital, and, like, sometimes even just on my phone and stuff. But my parents had a really good camera that I would always not steal. I would ask them politely and take it. But I would, like, just go out with my buddy Rye. Shout out to Rye Huff. Like, We used to just go walk out in random places and explore and take random pictures, and there's just so many things that change that you look back on once you're in a new city, right? But like when you see yourself change in a lot of ways, growing up and looking back, it's like, wow, this place has like changed this, or this place has changed that. You stay you. You always stay you. And it's great to change. You just have to be like changing the right things in some ways. You know what I mean? And I think in a lot of ways I have. I think a lot of ways I've softened a lot of stupid opinions, a lot of ignorant thoughts, and just actions in my life. But at the same time, you just develop patterns in general, and they're not all good. So that's one of them. With social media, you just get caught in this loop of like, okay, well, now everyone thinks I'm this, or now everyone thinks I'm that. And I always tried to avoid that, right? But with that, now everyone thinks you're avoiding that. So you can't just do all the serious stuff, or you can't just do it's just, we like to hold each other accountable on social media like nothing else. But if you're ever around someone and you get to see them face to face and they're explaining something that they just regret, like you don't usually hold them you usually forgive them or tell them it's all right, especially if it's more of a third party thing where they're talking about something that's happened to someone else and it doesn't really affect you. It's usually extremely easy to I'd say like I just lost my entire thought. I saw my vape over there and I was like, people are gonna know I vape. Dude, this is it! I'm a 23-year-old individual. I have a nicotine addiction, and I was scared that it was in frame because that would make the like random people in my head think differently about me. What? I love that this happened. That was real time. That's what I'm dealing with, is that I have portrayed this perfection that everyone portrays on social media, and I don't want that to be aired out. But it has to happen, or I'm not being myself, right? Anyone in my close circle knows what I'm dealing with. Anyone outside of it knows me on Instagram. If you think about it, everyone in the small circle loves you more than life. Everyone on that outside circle probably doesn't give a shit about you. Is it possible that it's because they don't know you at all? Is it a possibility? Seems a little possible, right? That's what I'm talking about. This has made me sit back and go, damn, no, I'm trying to fake it. I'm trying to be different, but not just different from the world because I'm different. I'm trying to be different than me. If I was just myself, I would be 100% unique. And everybody's running around following these artists or following these celebrities or following these actors. Like, be an enjoyer of them, but don't be a worshiper of them, a copier of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be, and it comes from a lot of faith too. It comes from like, I'm trying to be, what would Jesus do in all ways? But I'm always more aggressive about keeping that on social media. Like, I want the people who don't even care about my spirituality, my life, my faith, I want them to think that I'm doing fine. Because if they don't, then I'm failing as a believer, right? I'm not showing them that everything's perfect, which just creates this cycle of stupidity, within our little social media realm, where everyone, is putting this lie after lie after lie about how they're doing. And when and it's all because of God at the end. The people who are just in the same struggles, but don't just like say that they're fine because of God, they're like, well, God's not with me because I'm trash, or God's not with me because he doesn't love me, or God's not with me because this or that. You know what I mean? Like, we are doing this entire cycle, no matter what spectrum we're in on social media, that completely ruin the core values of what we believe in. And I it's getting deep on the first episode for sure. But like it's just I've had to sit there and think about it to myself. Just absolutely reflect on all of it and be like, okay, why am I so scared? I'm just now at the point of feeling like I'm having a normal deep conversation. I'm not trying to do anything different. This is how I would talk to my friends. Like I like theoretical deep talks, and that's like why some of my closest friends to this day have long conversations. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm so glad that I started this. And I'm so like I literally said, "Oh, I can't just let this be something that I get everything ready for and then bail on. I can't say, "Oh, I'm going to do that someday." I literally I don't think I think I was a couple days away from that being a for sure thing. Just like, all right, it's been 3 months. You were supposed to do it into September. It's like it's January. You know what I mean? Like I got mics, I got the mounts and everything. I have a recorder in the mail. Like I committed to this and then got scared, got cold feet, terrified, and I hit up I think it was Mike. I hit up a friend on social media who I love his comedy. I was just like, what are you doing with your podcasts to just get, like make sure you enjoy them, or like I'm right at the beginning of starting up. I might not have even said the first part. I think he just talked right to me without me saying anything, because I was trying to figure out how he explained it like that. I said, I'm gonna start a podcast soon, but I'm kind of lost. Do you have any tips for like a noob? And he literally just said, just do it. Stop overthinking, post them. Like, don't get in this thing. And he said, like, so many of my friends say they want to do it and just never get around to it, but it's always because they find like something to overthink. It was along those lines. Like, I might be completely ripping that to shreds with what he said, but like, it was a huge boost of like, yeah, you're just avoiding the possibility that two people might not like what you have to say. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm rich and famous. Okay, I can't just put this on Instagram and like pay $100,000 to get it shown to everybody, right? And also, no one has a freaking shit to give about what I have to say on Instagram. So, 2 points made. All I'm saying is, like, I don't have this massive following, or, like, I don't have a bunch of people just waiting at my door to see what I think, right? So why am I so scared to just say what I think? No one's listening. You know what I mean? If it's worth listening to, people will start listening. Like, it's like I'm giving myself a pep talk here, but really I'm trying to like explain these thought processes that I refuse to say out loud. Because there's those times that in the middle of the day when you're supposed to be doing everything, you're supposed to be getting everything done, and you're just sitting there on your phone or laying in bed or doing something, like knowing you need to do it. But there's something inside you just dreading it, or like worried about how you can't do it right, or worried about like something along those lines, right? Ruins good point with burp. The sorry, no, it's probably gonna happen multiple times throughout every single episode. No, oh, what was I saying? It was such a good thing, and then I ruined it. No. Oh. We're gonna give me like 30 seconds to try to think about this. It was with. Oh, I know what I can do. I can pause this and listen to what I said. There we go. So, okay, what I was saying was that you're that person laying in bed knowing what you need to do, and you're finding a way to dread it because you don't, you might not think you're good enough, you might not think this or that, but there's always for me like a sense of clarity right before I go to bed, where I have this energy and it's like, oh, you could have done this, you could have done that, you could have done this, like seeing all the routes I could have taken throughout the day. And you wake up like, well, I'll do that tomorrow, and you get like one of them done. Like your brain is 10 times faster than your actual body, right? Like it's so it's so clear that there's nothing you can do about that, right? But on this sense of like letting that eat you up, I get how easy it is because I do it every day. I did it with this. It's just my point is do it. My point is just jump in. If it's off of something that you're either worried about your own, worth, your own enjoyment, your own, like, stop worrying about it and do it, and you will know if you enjoy it. You will know if you're good at it. You can't there's so much fear. Like, there's so much fear. And actually my little brother, like, he's not like 5. He's 2 years younger than me. But my brother Jack posted this story the other day. I wish I would have like screenshotted or had him send it to me. But it was right after I had done this whole worry sesh for like a long time about this podcast, about life and what I needed to do. And he posted this thing of like, you keep worrying about everything, basically, right? And everything you're worrying about is 100% thought. It's 100% possibility, chance, unexistent, non-existent, right? You're living life right now, not experiencing it because you're so far in the future, which doesn't exist, or the past, which is completely unchangeable. And I was just sitting there like, damn, bro, you got me. Like, ooh, I gotta go. I gotta, like, you know what I mean? Like, I took it again as like a sense of introspection. Oh, well, I'm not doing this, or I'm thinking too much about this. And then I was in the car and I was just silent for like 10 minutes of the drive. And I finally just like literally clicked. And I was like, I am living right now. I am living a life right now. One of my days that I have left on this earth, these unnamed, unnumbered amount of days, I am living that right now, one of them. And I'm sitting completely trapped in my own head. Are you serious? I'm driving down the highway. I start looking around like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Oh, look at those trees. Oh, look at it. Like, and then the next day, I'm sitting in the car and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, deep. You know what I mean? I said it out loud because I wanted to hear myself say it. I am in a video game and I am currently falling behind. That was the sentence. It's like every single time I sit down and jump on Fallout or jump on, like, I love Rocket League, I'm gaining. I'm getting better. And it's reason to keep playing, right? Because I chose to jump into that video game and I want to finish it, right? None of us chose to be here. None of us chose to play this video game. So we have this like sense of ease about every day, or torment about every day, because we are so encapsulated in what we didn't necessarily sign up for, right? That's the entire point of like life, I think, is just get like sitting behind that and going, well, I can't change any of these things, can I? Well, what can I do? Like, is there a way around it? Is there a way through it? Is there a way under it? You know what I mean? Like, can I just really like do these things separately without worrying about the things I didn't do or can't do? That's a completely different world. And like thinking about, I was looking at this the gas gauge, right? And I was thinking about Fallout, how you've got a food meter, water meter, and health. And so all of them are in cycles. It's not just like you stab yourself with a thing and you're full health, right? You have to eat the right things and you have to drink the right things. And if you don't, you will lose health. And if you're low on health and hungry, it's just completely fucked. There's nothing you can do, right? So you have to like not only have meds on you, you have to have like unradiated like food that's not gonna just kill you as well. Like, it's so deep, right? That is your life right now. If you don't drink water, you will die. If you do not eat food, you will pass away. Okay? If you don't do the right things for your health, you're a goner. And yet, we think of these things as like tasks. These things are like like simple things sometimes. Like I will wake up and be like, I didn't do anything yesterday. Why do I need to shower? 'Cause you look ugly, Ben. Doesn't matter how you feel. Your hair is in knots. You haven't shaved. Take the shower, right? Like, it's that simple, right? And that's not even a task. You just leveled up in that day. Your XP in that day is up. Like, I'm trying to see my life as an actual video game where there's a bunch of people competing and, like, they're making it to the end. And I'm going to be one of those guys who just bails halfway through because I didn't get through the checkpoint. Like, no, that's not you. That's not me. We are not those people. We don't have to be. Do it. Like, just freaking do it. I think I'm going to end it there. Just do what you're thinking about doing. What instead of this BS, like, someday, do it. I just did it, and I loved it. I'm so happy I did. I love you. Thanks for chilling with Ben Becker. Peace.